if you join us, in the system, please mute your sound. Mute your sound. Try and mute your sound. I know that you're excited, but try and mute your sound. And if you notice anybody whose sound is filtering in, I would like you to just private chatting, please mute your sound. So that said, I'd like to also lay some very basic foundations. Every entrepreneur requires capital. Capital is a major issue. Capital is a major issue. Every entrepreneur or intrapreneur. So write down two words: entrepreneur, intrapreneur. Who is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is somebody who has an idea, has a concept, has a project, has a product, has a service, has a skill, has a talent, and is pushing it forth into the world. He's adding value. He's trying to create value. He's trying to create value. He's trying to add value. When a person creates value, we call him an inventor. When a person adds value, we call him an innovator. To create value is to literally come up with an idea out of nowhere. And there are people like that. They have ingenious ideas. And then we have people who are innovators. They see an existing product, an existing service, an existing idea, and they make it better. They're called innovators. So these guys push, but the challenge with them that they have to source for funding. And aside sourcing for funding, they have to work with their people, pay rent, pay taxes, pay salaries. All of those challenges that are associated with entrepreneurship is there. Of course, the entrepreneur eventually succeeds. Some fail. They say 1 in 10 entrepreneurs or 1 in every 5 entrepreneurs succeeds. Okay, that means 4 fails or 9 fails. So the intrapreneur is slightly different. The intrapreneur is somebody that is in business for himself, but not by himself. He's in business for himself, but not by himself. So he has a mother company that gives him all the support. He's taking out all the government issues, all the taxes. He doesn't even have to create a product. He doesn't have to create the product. The product is created for him by the company. They package the product for him. They do the NAFDAC, if there's NAFDAC necessary, all of that. They give him a support system. They create a system for him. And so they say, go and become an independent distributor. So he goes out there and is an independent distributor. He sells and he's looking out for commissions at a multiple level. While the entrepreneur gets profits as income, the intrapreneur gets commissions most of the time. So entrepreneurship is when a person is in business for himself, but not by himself. E.g., the man who is a franchisee who has bought a franchise. Maybe you got a Mr. Big's franchise or a Tantalizer franchise. So you are an entrepreneur. They have done all the branding, all the paperwork. You just give them money. They give you that opportunity, and then you go and start it in Kwara or in Ilorin and all of that. So most of the tantalizers you see around Nigeria, not just tantalizers, Chicken Republic, Tasty Fried Chicken, they are started by franchise. It's not the real Tasty Fried Chicken rather, or Chicken Republic. It is the franchise, so who bought the franchise. So he's an intrapreneur, not an entrepreneur. All of the branding things are done by the main company. The recipe is made by the main company. So aside that, another kind of intrapreneur are network marketers, independent distributors, people who will get, who sell products for all this language, Norland, GNLD, Tianchi. Those are also intrapreneurs. They're in business for themselves, but they are not in business by themselves. Another kind of intrapreneurs are distributors. So you're a distributor of Coca-Cola, you're a distributor of Nestle, those kind of things. You are also in business for yourself, but not by yourself. One challenge, whether the entrepreneur or intrapreneur has, is capital. So I want you to write down 3 concepts down when it comes to fundraising. The first concept you want to write down, don't worry, I'm going to show you some slides. The first concept you're going to have to write down is no capitalization. No capitalization. So the challenge of most people is, I don't have capital. I don't have capital. By the time we're done today, I'll show you how to get capital. Oh, I don't have capital. I don't have capital. I have this great idea. I have this great project. I want to do this. I want to do that. If only I have capital. If only I have capital. All right. So the first challenge that most entrepreneurs or intrapreneurs, because to get a franchise is expensive. Oh. To become a distributor of Pepsi is expensive. Oh. To even become a distributor of these multi-level marketing companies is also expensive. Oh. It's very expensive. So I don't have capital. So what you do basically is you need to raise capital. So no capitalization. The second concept you want to write down is under capitalization. There's no capitalization, under capitalization. What is under capitalization? Under capitalization is when you have money, but it is not enough to execute the project. So, if only I could just have extra money. That's also a challenge. And so the next concept you want to write is capitalization. When you have funding for your project, not too much, not under, but just enough. It's called capitalization. Mention three concepts: no capitalization, under capitalization, capitalization. There is something else again: over capitalization. Now, there are certain businesses that have more money than necessary. You see some people, money in this road, though. If only my uncle can just give me. This guy, look at this guy. His father is very rich. Give him money. See, I just wasted money to put up this business. Hi, if I can even have a quarter. So you see some people who are representatives or who are the epitome of overcapitalization. They have more money, and so they don't make correct financial decisions. Number one will say, I pray for overcapitalization. But my dear brother and sister, there are times when overcapitalization can do you bad. Now, in 2013, I pitched my business before the federal government of Nigeria. Then Goodluck Jonathan was president. And when he was president, he assigned Dr. Ngozi, now Professor Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who is now the Director General of World Trade Organization, to put together a project. They called it the UWIN Business Plan Competition. They said that if you are an entrepreneur in Nigeria from 18 down to 45, and minimum of school sat, but you have a product, whether it's agriculture, technology, whatever. Now, apply and write. And they decentralized it. They didn't allow the federal government to be involved. They got the World Bank and a few organizations to be involved. Something close to what Tony Elumelu is doing now. And then they put the project. Over 600,000 people registered for that thing. We all tried to put our ideas, put our plans together. Cut long story short, I was among the 600,000. Then they screened us down to 2,500. Then they screened us down based on some criteria they put out. Then they screened us down to 2,500, down to 2,500. Now said we should now go and pitch before a panel. So we traveled to different parts. Me, I traveled to Enugu. I live in New York. I traveled to Enugu. Then I was in Port Harcourt, but I had to travel all the way to Enugu to go and pitch. There's a word called pitch. When you present your business before a panel of investors, we call it pitching. When you present your business in front of a panel of investors, we call it pitching. When you write the idea on a plan and give to investors so that they can give you money, we call it proposal. Now, so we went to pitch our business before the panel of investors, and eventually, of all of them, they now selected 1,200 of us, 50 in each state. Yours truly was among the 50 in my state. I got 10 million naira. Now, why did I tell that story? So now, why did I tell this? I said that to explain overcapitalization. They gave us 10 million naira. Now, Professor Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, she gave that money not singular at once. She gave the money in tranches. That means she gave us part. When you've done something with it, return it. Meanwhile, people, this 1,500 of us that got that money, some people still got that money and still failed. In fact, less than 60% of people who got that 10 million have their businesses running. My business is still running till today. Of that, since this is more than 7 or almost 8 years now. My business is still running till today from that capitalization. But for some people, it was capitalization. For some other people, it was over capitalization. My point. Now, so the question you were asking is, okay, George, you've talked about this. How do I now raise money? How do I raise funds? I'm going to share a few concepts with you, lay foundation. How do you raise money to start a project, to start a business? There are a few ways. Number one, write it down, family and friends. It's always good to go to family and friends when you want to raise money. For many reasons, they will not collect interest from you. They will say, okay, as we give you this money, as we give you this money, just make sure that you do what you're supposed to do and pay back. So the best way to get money is family and friends, colleagues. Now, the problem with that is that sometimes they may not, some uncles that just have a policy of not helping your people. Oh, I have this uncle, and some people, you yourself, that you're so proud to ask your uncle for any money. You should know that I'm a young man. You should know that I need to do business. You should be able to call me and support me. And the uncle is like, look, I don't want to get into trouble of family. So you see, even though that's the first port of call, that can also be a challenge. But family and friends, if they eventually give you money, if you don't pay back that money, you will not have so much issues. That's how it does. At least when you come and say, we gave you this money last time, what did you do with it? So you see, family and friends have their own pros and their cons, their own good and their bad. But we have another set of people that will give you money and also not get something back in return. Write this down. We call them angel financiers. Who are angel financiers? Angel financiers are people who will give you, they are strangers, they don't know you, but they are organizations or individuals. It's not common in Nigeria, but in advanced countries. Remember we said that the whites are very advanced. In advanced countries, they're looking for products, people that have quality products. They're looking for people that have great ideas, people that have great systems, innovative ideas that think they're futuristic, that think future, and they are looking for how to fund them. Not because they want anything in return, just to fund, just a part of good projects. I was, when in 14 or 15 years ago, I had that privilege of having somebody fund my idea at the age of 25. Somebody came and said, look, I want to give you $1 million, start, do your business, do whatever it is you're doing. And that's how I started those things I started at that time. So they are angel financiers who show up and support your work and don't expect equity or return on investment. They just want to help you. And that's one of the things that you can come across. You can come across them. So another way to source for funding is to identify angel financiers. Angel financiers that will not ask for anything in return. They will just support you. The thing that an angel financier gives you, the money, the capitalization, the capital that the angel financier gives you is called grants. The capital that an angel financier gives you is called grant. So an angel financier can give you a grant for your business. An angel financier can give you a grant for your foundation. You see more angel financiers supporting social enterprises and foundations and philanthropic foundations. So you see that more prominent there. And angel financiers can be an individual or an organization. They just fund you, just help you because of the corporate good. So you can, but there are some businesses that get funded by angel financiers. So that is another way to get capital. The third kind of people, now let me say this before I continue. There are two sets of persons that an entrepreneur or intrapreneur will source for funds. The entrepreneur will source for funds from the investor. And there are different kinds of investors. I already mentioned one, the family and friends. Mentioned two, angel financier. I'm going to mention the list of them. Angel financiers, that's the second one. The second set of persons, aside the investor that you're going to seek for funds from, is the customer. Now, as you begin to advance in life as an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, you realize that you can walk straight to the customer without a product and convince the customer to give you money so that you can go and produce the product and give back to him. What do we call that in marketing? What do we call that in business? We call it pre-order. So you create so much value and communicate so much value that the customer believes you, gives you money without seeing the product. You take that money, go and produce the product and come and sell back to him. It's called pre-order. It's called pre-order. So you get money either from an investor or from a customer. We'll discuss customers later, but we're discussing investor. And we've listed the first investor as family and friends. And we say another way to raise funds from these people is angel financiers. Now, the angel financiers, they're strangers that will give you money without requesting anything back in return. The third kind of financiers that can capitalize your business, capitalize your project, are called venture capitalists. Write it down. Venture capitalist. Venture, then capitalist. This is not common in Africa. There are some African people that do it. But in the European countries, in Southern Africa, maybe Ghana, and they have it a lot. What these people do is that they are looking for ideas, talented people, projects, products, services that are futuristic, that can solve problems, that can produce solutions, and they want to capitalize it. They either want to give seed capital or they want to own the business, partly own the business. So the venture capital is looking for you. The venture capital is looking for you. Is looking for you to present that idea to him. He looks at it and he gives you money. The difference between the venture capitalist and the angel financier is that whilst the angel financier will not get anything in return, the venture capitalist will say, I need my money. Either I need my money back or give me a stake or equity in your business or give me ROI, return on investment. So the difference between an angel financier and the venture capitalist that he asks for return on investment or equity. So we need to have, that's where you can raise funds. But I want to make a striking statement that is important because people say, I have idea. I've known this now. Those are people. How do I raise money from them? This is it. When a man of quality idea meets a man of money, exchange will eventually occur. When a man of quality money meets a man of quality ideas, exchange will eventually occur. So the problem is not with the person available to give you money. The problem is with the quality of the idea. There is money for a good idea. The law of capitalization states that ideas attract funding. So people have resources, but you have not been able to communicate the value of the idea enough for them to fund it. So any idea that is not good enough to fund itself is not good enough to be called a good idea, because idea attracts funding. Money flows into a good concept. Investors run after a good idea. So you don't just want to have an idea, you want to have a plan, a business plan. So most people have an idea and they think that I don't have funding. But if you ask them for a plan, it's only a wish, it's not a plan. You got to move your idea from being a wish to becoming a plan, a concrete, foolproof, well-authenticated, well-validated plan that you can present. Now, most of you think that angel financiers just throw money away. They don't throw money away. Angel financiers will also ask for your plan. They will ask for a few things, including the structure of your business. They will ask for the documentation of your business. They will want to find out if you understand the markets, if you understand the competition. Same thing with the venture capitalists before they put their money. The one thing that investors require and desire most is information. Nobody wants to throw money away. So your idea or your plan should answer all the questions that the investor may ask. The moment your idea or business plan answers all the questions an investor may ask you, you would attract the funding. When a man of money meets a man of ideas, exchange occurs eventually. So you have the angel financiers. As angel financiers, we have the venture capitalists. I also mentioned another set of people that can give you money if you are starting a business. The next set of people that can give you money are called partners. Who are the partners? The partners is an individual or an organization that comes to say, okay, let us partner. You have technical knowledge, you have the great product, they have the money, and then they give you the money because your ideas align. They form a strategic partnership with you, and the business can get started. Now, a lot of people have problems with partnership. A lot of people can tell you stories about people who have done partnership business and bad, nasty stories. I heard of one. My uncle actually was killed by his partners. He started a big nylon business in Lagos. And this man had some partners. They poisoned him, one of those in a board meeting, and he came back home and died so they can take the business. So we have had stories like that. So how do you handle those kind of things from partners? A few ideas I'd like to share with you. First of all, if you're getting to a partnership, there has to be what is called an MOU. MOU means Memorandum of Understanding. I told you, yes, you're coming for a business opportunity meeting. But even if you don't sign up for whatever I'm going to tell you to sign up, it is okay. Make sure that you get value for your time here. If you're burning data, burn the data and get value. I don't mind. I'll give you that value. Take it and use it for yourself. So I'm not going to start telling you about the opportunity without telling you, laying the foundation for you. Okay? So please follow me carefully. Now, so this guy, so if you want to do a partnership, make sure that you define in the MOU who is the leader of the project, who is the progenitor of the project, who is the curator of the project, who is the leader, or you have to define it. If the technical guy says the project, let it be defined in the MOU. If the person who is capitalizing the business is the owner, is the overall, is the leader, let it be defined. It has to be defined clearly. And so you must know who the leader is, and you must apportion responsibilities, and it must be documented in the MOU. And that also one of the things that kills business is there's no presence of MOU. Another thing that you also must put into place is time for evaluation, so that people think that when you get into partnership, it must be in perpetuity. Partnership must not be in perpetuity. What do I mean by that is you must not continue the partnership forever. There has to be a clause and in the agreement that says that after 6 months, we can evaluate this partnership and see if we can continue it. That is how to protect yourself from the challenges associated with partnership. So another fine way to raise funds is through partnership. They can be individuals. Now, write down another way. Let's look at another way to raise funds. Another way to raise funds is to have what is called board of directors or board of trustees. Now, if you go to Corporate Affairs Commission to register your business, and by the way, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to register your business in CAC. If you're in Nigeria, that's what they call it, Corporate Affairs Commission. For those of you who are coming from Ghana, I don't know, and Zimbabwe and South Africa that are here from Canada, I don't know what they do there, but in Nigeria, you have to register your business in Corporate Affairs Commission. As a matter of fact, if you're doing any business from 10 million and above, even 5 million, even 6 million, no company or individual want to give you credit, want to credit a personal account. And so the first thing you want to do is go to CAC, register your business, go to the bank, any of the banks, and then register your company. It gives you some level of dignity to present a company account. In fact, when I won the 10 million grant some 14 years, some 4, 5, 7 years ago, that's 2013, I don't know how many years that is now. They told us to go and open, of course, we had to have a business registered by CAC and to go and open a bank account so that we can, present it to them and they will credit that bank account with the money. They will not give an individual that kind of money. So it's important. So that is very important. My trend of thought is missing, but I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm trying to say. That in CAC, there's something called business name registration, which is about 20,000. There's something called limited liability. So if you don't have all the money to do limited liability, you can do business name registration. We have the business name registration, we have the limited liability, and then we have what is called the foundation. So you can either do business name. Most people do business name, then limited liabilities, and then foundation. If you're doing a limited liability, they'll ask you for what is called the board of directors. So the board of directors in a limited liability company are people who give advice and who give you money to start that business. So most people put their family members, but some other people will get actual board of directors to be part of it. In that board of directors, you would have a chairman of the board. Who is the chairman or the governor of the board? Who is the chairman of the board? The chairman of the board may not be the owner. He may just be the one that gives you the largest share. Then as in the board of directors, you also have what is called the chief executive officer or the chief operating officer, which is you. So one of the ways to raise funds is to constitute a board. To constitute a board of people to give you money to start that business. While you have a chairman, and then You are the CEO. There are times when you are the founding chairman and the CEO, but it's always good to have a chairman and a CEO, and then they constitute a board. They have their articles, and then they start the business. So one way to raise funds is to have a board of directors. Now, for charitable organizations and social enterprises and foundation and churches, you have what is called board of trustees. So now in board of directors, they have equity or stake in the business. But board of trustees, they give advice. They don't necessarily, like churches now, they don't have any stake in that social enterprise. So you need to have a board. So one way to also raise money for your business or your project is to constitute a board. Now let's go further. What other ways can you explore to raising funds? It's called third party guarantor. Third party guarantor. What does third party guarantor mean? It means that somebody, and that's one thing they do in China, and that's what they do in Israel. They have a name, they have a strange name, they call it. That name is that rather than move money to banks, rather than give you money, they will give you products. And third party guarantor means that guarantor, when you want to get a loan, that person that stands between you, say, okay, give him the money, I will stand in his stead. Or give him the products, I will stand in his stead as his guarantor. Is another way too. So if you can identify a guarantor who will stand in your stead while the suppliers give you the product or the bank gives you the money, that is third party guarantee. So what will enable you to have a guarantor? That thing is called trusts. So I often tell people that trust is capital. Trust is capital. And what brings trust? Consistency. When you're consistent in character, when you're consistently doing one particular thing, and then your venture capitalist or whoever is your guarantor notices it, he can say, this guy is consistent, he can stand in your stead. He can say, okay, give this guy money, I would be part of it. Now, the truth is that most investors don't like to power starters. They don't like to power those that are starting up because you have no experience. There's no trust because there's no experience. So what you want to do is to save your own money. So another way to start a business is to save. Anybody that does not save does not have the seed of greatness in him. So you have to save that little savings. When you meet certain investors, whether it's a venture capitalist or a partner or a third-party guarantor or a banker, they want to ask you, how much do you have in your hands? Do you have a seed in your hand? How much do you have to present, so that they can know that you're serious? How much risk are you taking? So you need to develop a savings culture to show them that you need to start capitalizing. So they don't fund a business that is starting all of a sudden. They fund a business that has already started. So capital joins a working idea. So here's my advice to people who want to start businesses. Don't go to the bank for loan. It is not financially wise to go to the bank for loan when you have not started the business. You don't have consistency. You don't have credibility. You don't yet have capacity. You don't know how the business operates. So before you go to a bank, it's important that you start a business. That's what will determine whether you have a third-party guarantor. So savings is another way to raise funds for projects that you're doing. Now that takes us to a very important point. What other ways can you raise funds? You can raise funds for your project by doing what is called cooperative. Another way to raise funds is to do it through cooperative. Now, I've mentioned other ways. Now, I'm mentioning cooperative. Why is cooperative powerful? From ancient times, we already knew it. No, before I talk about cooperative, let me talk about other ways. There's something called barter. I will discuss that later, maybe tomorrow. Barter, trade by barter, but barter. Now, another way to raise funds for your project, for your business, is to sell. What do I mean by that? Most people are very proud people. You have to learn to sell. Anytime you see that somebody has succeeded, it's because he sold. A man who can sell does not lack a job. There is a job for a man that can sell. Companies are looking for that person that can move product from the counter to the consumer. And if you can solve that problem, you get capital. You want capital for your business, go and sell somebody's products. Go and sell somebody's products. Get a commission. Your commission can become your capital. Go and sell somebody's products. Get a commission. Your commission can become your capital. So sell your own products if you have one. Sell somebody else's product if you don't have any, and your commission can become your capital. If you walk into any organization and tell them, look, I want to market for you, don't give me your product, just give me your catalog or give me your list, I'll market for you and then get money. So the fastest way to become an entrepreneur is to sell something. So this is very important. Now, selling can also mean that you can sell a system. You can sell a system. What I mean by that is you go and have an understanding of a network marketing compensation plan, and then you get it and you go and sell that system to raise capital. So selling is a fantastic way. In fact, digital marketing can help you to raise funds. I'll give you an example. You go on Facebook, on your social media, you have people chatting, you just place your product. Every now and then you're posting your product on social media, your bags, your shoes, your food. Someone's looking at it. They may not like it, they may not comment by looking at it. You put your phone number, and before you know it, you get your first call, you get a second call. Just by selling your product or somebody else's product, you can start raising capital. Or you can have a little money that you can now meet a third-party guarantor, or you can meet a venture capitalist. This is what I have to add for you. Now, cooperative has been there as another way. That's been there where people will say, okay, and we will even do it there was a time I did 50K every week in a certain cooperative. I do 50. We have all business people. There's some business people that do 100K weekly or 100K monthly. They will just have group of 10 or 5. It's okay. We'll contribute money and give to this person. All right. We'll contribute money again and give to this person. Okay. We'll contribute money and give to this person. And until we go around the circle. Of course, it has its own challenges. People can falter and all that. So that is a form of cooperative. We do that in the villages. We do that even in town. That is a form of cooperative. But cooperative is not just limited to that. Cooperative is not just limited to that. So there are many other dimensions of cooperative. Like there's something called crowdfunding. For those of you who followed my series and my teaching, I talked about crowdfunding. And I thought about crowdfunding, and I'm not going to go over that now, but crowdfunding is another way to get funds to capitalize. It's a form of cooperative. Now, the business I want to share with you today is a business that is a cooperative, but it's not an online cooperative. In that online cooperative, a few things that you notice about it is that you can equally sell. You can sell your products. There's a place for e-commerce where you can sell your products. You can sell other people's products. You can also save. You can save your way out of trouble. You can also do the alajo or the osusu or the. I'm going to discuss that later. Now, before I get there to that point and answer your questions about this cooperative, it's called E-Cooperative.Africa, and I'm going to show you about it, and I want you to be part of it because it answers those questions. All of the things I mentioned, savings, e-commerce is there. I had a slide I want to show you about what happened in 2020. What happened in 2020 was the coronavirus period and where the world is moving to. And I don't know if you have my time. If you have that, let me just show you some slides. Give me a few minutes. Let me just show before I get into the real business. Now, this is so important that you hear and you know, because if you don't understand it, you will not know why you should be doing businesses like this. You will be among the people that are complaining and saying, no, I can't do this, or I can't do that. When you understand what I'm talking about here, you'll be so active. Let me just show you the slide I want to show you. Okay. Let's see if I got it. Okay. This is what we learned the last time, so that's not what I'm looking for. I think I'm looking for E-Cooperative 1. Let's see. All right. Yep. We're there. So I'm going to take your questions when the time comes, but I want to just show you something quickly so you understand where the future is going to, what happened during the coronavirus thing and what is happening in the world. how the world is running at the moment before I now discuss the cooperative and why you should do it, why you must be involved in that project. So for most of you here, this is our 7th day, and I encourage you to invite because there's a lot I have to share. That is me. That's how I look like. Call it money-wise. My name is George Asian. All right. So the world faced what is called 4 industrial revolutions. The first one is the first industrial revolution, where happened in 1765, and that happened when they discovered the steam engine. The steam engine. At the time, people witnessed massive extraction of coal, along with very important invention of the steam engine. That was the reason for the creation of the new type of energy that later on helped speed up manufacturing of railroads, thus accelerating the economy. So because of the invention of steam engine, most companies started. And so most people left going to the farm, and they started looking for jobs. That's when job actually started. When this coal was created and steam engine was created, that's when jobs started. People started going to a place to get salary every month, to be a factory worker. That's when it started. That's the first industrial revolution. It had its own place. It made people make some money. It was at that period that trains powered by coal was also invented. And so transportation took another dimension. It was faster, it was smoother because of the first industrial revolution. Then in 1870, the world moved to another industrial revolution, and that was when oil was discovered, when petroleum and gas was discovered. From 1870, aside petroleum and oil, electricity was also found out. In the second industrial revolution, it started at the end of the 19th century with massive technological advancement in the field of industries that helped the emergence of a new source of energy. So after the coal, the next thing that came was electricity, petroleum, gas, or people made billions. The man called John Rockefeller, because he positioned himself in that era, he made so much money. The American government was afraid of him. They got his company and divided his company into 39. He was the founder of Standard Oil. They divided because he was an early mover. He saw the future. He positioned himself. I told you that entrepreneurs are people who can identify opportunity and then get in. So this guy entered and made so much money from it. So the American government divided his company into 39. One of which is, please, if you're just joining us, so mute your sound with your children. Mute your sound. Thank you. So he entered the system. They divided his company into 39. I would have to remove that person who is not listening to me. Please mute your sound.
Okay. I will.
So they divided his company into 39, one of which was Chevron, the other one was Exxon, and the third one was Mobil, and 36 other companies. Chevron, Exxon, and Mobil. In 1999, Exxon and Mobil became one company. 1999, and then Chevron and Mobil. You can imagine the amount of money those companies make. That's what one man had, because he plugged into the second revolution that had electricity, gas, and oil. Now, the third revolution was when electricity took, when electricity took, Thomas Edison made money from electricity. That's when NEPA. The result of this revolution was the creation of internal combustion engine that started to reach its full potential. Other points of the second industrial revolution was the development of steel, demand, chemical synthesis, and methods of communication such as telegraph and olden days telephone. That was the second industrial revolution. Now, the third industrial revolution, you had the mechanization. That was second revolution. This was also second industrial revolution, when they started making cars, mass producing cars, the likes of Henry Ford Motors. That's when the second, people made money, cashed out at that time. Now, Let's go. This is the petroleum, oil, gas. The inventions of automobile and the plane in the beginning of the 20th century are the reasons why, to this day, the second industrial revolution is considered the most important one. They discovered plane, they discovered oil, electricity. So many things happened that period. And there are certain entrepreneurs that cashed out from it. Follow what I'm saying. Now, there is what is called the third industrial revolution. We are still in that third industrial revolution. What happened in the third industrial revolution? It began in 1969. What was the thing that happened in the second half of the 20th century? We see the emergence of yet another source of untapped at the time energy called nuclear energy. They discovered nuclear bomb. The third industrial revolution was where we discovered nuclear bomb, nuclear reactors. That changed the whole game. The third revolution or industrial revolution brought forth the rise of electronics. Not those old in the telephone, no, electronics came, the people that cashed out from it. All them Kodak, all them Sony, telecommunications, and of course computers. Oh, that one even changed everything. Those big computers of those days. The third, he brought it, and there are people that made money. IBM, they made money from it. Through the new technologies, the third industrial revolution opened the doors to space, expedition, and research and bio. So we're even still in the third industrial revolution. People are traveling to look at the computers that we are using now. We're in the third industrial. Some people are still in the third industrial revolution, but it changed in 2020. In 2019, there was a summit called the World Economic Summit. And they said that 2020 will be called the Great Reset, that the world will start again. And they put the first 10 years for new things that will happen. So I'm not surprised of coronavirus, because they're saying that Great Reset, you can research it, the Great Reset. Go and research it. So you don't think I'm just coming up with ideas. That certain things will happen between now and 2030. Certain things. So we're still back in the top, but some countries are still in the third industrial revolution. See dancing there, the way you're doing business, the way you're doing economics, things are still moving. So this is what was being the thought. Most of us understand laptop, desktops, and so on. This where even the thought, people travel to space, man traveled to the moon, telecommunications was used, all kinds of things was done. In the world of industry, two major things happened even now. Programmable logic controllers, some kind of robots have been created, but it is small compared to what we call, even the man, Elon Musk, right now, he created a car. They took it to space a few years ago. I don't know whether it's 2015. They took it to space, and that car with a robot man is orbiting the Earth. And it will orbit the Earth for as long as until, I don't know, that was happening there. Took that space, the car. So there's a car orbiting the Earth at the moment. This guy is a futurist. He's saying that the world has left third industrial revolution. There is a fourth one. And that's what I want you to see. There's a fourth one where robotics will take over. Certain jobs will no more be available again. The way we do business, you don't need to go to a supermarket to buy things anymore. You don't need to, certain things will change. Now, the fourth industrial revolution has started in 2021. The industry 4 or the fourth industry started at the dawn of the third millennium with one thing that everyone uses every single day called the internet. Now, what makes difference between the third and the fourth is the internet. The internet is the game changer. All businesses are moving towards the internet. People are socializing on the internet. E-commerce, that's the fourth industrial revolution. Shared economy through cooperative, online, not offline, online. There's something called the Internet of Things. I'll discuss that later. Let me see if I have the slides here. So the fourth industrial revolutions will shape the world. You see that guy, what that guy is holding, that's how we'll communicate. Let me show you a picture. There are 3 reasons why today's transformation represents not merely a prolongation of the third industrial revolution, but rather the arrival of the fourth and distinct one. Number 1, velocity. You see what that girl is doing there? That is how we will be communicating. You will no more have laptops again. You will be punching the air. We call it hologram. Some of you watch movies, you've seen this thing. It's not just film, it is happening. The world has started to move. There is now velocity, there is now scope, there's now system impact. It's happening. People will start doing amazing things. Man will fly. You will start having flying cars. You will not start having electric cars. Nigeria, that has been depending on petroleum for many years, they said that the world has given themselves 2030. By 2030, oil producing companies will no more sell. America and all those big giants will no more sell oil. They will move from petroleum or fossils to renewable energy. And they signed, that's why people, Donald Trump wanted to become president, so he cannot allow that thing to be signed. But now Joe Biden has become president and they have signed the Paris Climate Peace Accord, which means that Nigeria that is dependent on oil, very soon, no, you will have oil, nobody will buy it. Because the people will move to electricity, they'll move to hydropower, they move to another kind of thing that will not affect the ozone layer. So that means countries will become poor because they are not thinking of the fourth industrial revolution. And that's why our politicians are not thinking. We don't have an intelligent president that's saying that there's something happening. Should we not move? So the fourth industrial revolution, the speed of the current breakthroughs has no historical precedence. When compared with previous industrial revolutions, the fourth is evolving at an exponential rather than a linear pace. That's what I just showed you now. That's what I'm just showing you. It's already there. Now, social media is part of the fourth industrial revolution. Most of you cannot do without social media. We are on a Zoom platform. I'm in one place. All of you are in different places, and we are talking here. There's a fourth social media marketing, all those things. You need to master it because certain people will lose jobs. The way business is done will change. The way you go to buy from the market will change. It will change. You will not need to go to any supermarket anymore. From your house, you will place order. You will do stuff, and things will be brought to you in your house. That's why delivery systems are still working. What these guys are doing, even in Nigeria, is that they are positioning themselves for the fourth industrial revolution. When Jumia and Konga came to Nigeria, they thought Nigerians won't accept it, but they accepted it. They accepted it because it is inevitable. It's the fourth industrial revolution that is happening. The founders of Jumia eventually sold the company. They sold it at $2 billion and they gave it to another company, another person to use. So Jumia is run by another company. So e-commerce is a business for the century, for the next century. E-commerce is a business for the next century. Any business that is doing e-commerce, position yourself that that's the way to go. Either partner with them or join them. That's another beautiful thing. All right. So what I've tried to say basically is that the first industrial revolution was mechanization, steam, and water power. The second revolution was mass production and electricity. The third revolution, which some countries are still in, is the electronic and IT systems and automation. The fourth is cyber and physical systems. Things will change. Things will change. Please don't be told this. Your children, think about your children. Think about your children. Most schools now are teaching their children coding. The schools that are teaching their children coding is because they appreciate the fact that there is going to be a fourth industrial revolution. Skills to be placed on coding and a few other skills like that. We that are young and that are old, we have to understand that when the future is coming. So position your children in those kind of industries and those kind of businesses. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. Now, if you look at this circle, that big one, look at those 1, 2, 3, look at this big circle. You see businesses that you should do, and you must understand. I'm going to just mention a few of them. Mobile devices, mobile phone, fourth industrial revolution is going to go to the next level. There is 4G, there will be 5G, there will be 6G, there will be 7G. Internet of Things, IoT platforms. IoT platform simply means that you can have something as a watch in your hands, or a chip in your hands, a chip inside your hands, or a chip at the back of your head. When you enter the house, everything will come on. Your lights, your fridge, your TV. You use that thing, you can go to your car will start. That is human beings and things connected. Human beings and things connected. We call it the Internet of Things. Please, if you're just joining us, mute your sound. If you're just joining, mute your sound. If you're not joining, mute your sound. So IoT is also, that's why some Christians are afraid that maybe Andrew has not come. I don't want to take 666 so I get any mark. But the Internet of Things is already there in Sweden, in Switzerland. Things like location detection technology. As I speak to you right now, they know where you are. They know where you are. When you accept location, they know where you are. The satellite knows where you are right now. That is fourth industrial revolution. Another thing is advanced human-machine interfaces, where humans and machines will start working. I'll show you a picture about that. Authentication and fraud detection. That means it will be difficult for you to do fraud. Now, 3D printing, that's a business you should do. Smart sensors, big data analytics. What did you see there? Multi-level customer interaction and consumer or customer profiting. Multi-level customer interaction and customer profiting. What that simply means, my dear friend, is that MLM, anything that has to do with crowdfunding, cooperative, customer to customer, peer to peer, sharing economy is a business of the 21st century, of the fourth industrial revolution. I hope anybody's listening to what I'm trying to say. So now, as I begin to wrap up, there is something called the sharing economy. Like we have seen previously, that it is part of what they said that is a major part of the fourth industrial revolution. All right. So they call it multi-level customer interaction and customer profiting. Now, this thing is called sharing economy, peer-to-peer. That's why cryptocurrency is succeeding. That's why the government is afraid of cryptocurrency, because it's using it has taken power from the government, it has given to the people. It is people-oriented, the sharing economy. You can Google it up. So you don't be as if I'm just coming up with things. Google it up. A sharing economy can be described as an economic model in which goods and resources are shared by individuals and groups in a collaborative way, such that physical assets become services. That is, human beings begin to share resources, share ideas, share money, share products, that is the way it's supposed to be called, the sharing economy. No more competition, now collaboration. That is the industrial way, the fourth industrial way. Now, you also notice something again. People are now contributing for projects, crowdfunding. The last time I told you about crowdfunding companies like Kickstarter, Indigo, Fund. You can Google up crowdfunding projects. That is what they are doing now. That is you positioning yourself for the next level. All right. So I told you about man and the brain of a man and the machine. What the machine will do is that it will collect methods, models, and algorithms for data analysis, and then the man will now make a decision based on information that you've gotten from the computer or from the robots. That is the way we should be going now. So one of the things I want to encourage you to do, if you're below 50, if you're 50 and below, down to 18, 19, and you're in this Zoom meeting, is to go and do what I call a digital upgrade. Go back to school and learn digital marketing. Ask those small boys, come and teach me how to do Facebook very well. Come and teach me how to do YouTube. Learn it, because if you're going to have a job and if you're going to be positioned strategically, you need to have that digital upgrade. You need to do digital upgrade. Don't say, I don't have a brain, I don't finish school. Oh. Your brain, there's something called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity. It means that your brain can be stretched even if you're 90. Let me not go there. So learn it. By 50, you can still learn how to use the system, learn how to use the computers and make progress. That's why I love E-Cooperative. E-Cooperative says, let's do a shared community online. Let us represent the fourth industrial revolution. Let us contribute among ourselves. Now, if you're not joining us, please mute your sound, though. Mute your sound. Technology has assisted the sharing economy's growth to its present level, and the momentum will accelerate with more digital connections. Sharing economy. The first thing you see there is peer-to-peer exchange. That's why crypto is big. Peer-to-peer exchange. Flattened organizational hierarchies. Temporary access to borrowing or renting. Better utilization of less used assets. Supply and demand matched on digital platforms. I know for those of you that are intellectuals, this is making a lot of sense. This is an eye-opener to you. But hey, guys, the world has moved. That's the point I'm trying to make. the world has moved. Other terms we call for shared economies, the peer economy, collective economy, or shared consumption. So now, why did I go all this way? Now, in 2010, investors have contributed over $23 billion in venture capital funding to startups that use the shared-based business models. That's also a very interesting thing to notice. Now, that's why I want to introduce you to E-Cooperative. Based on this information I've given you in the last 40 minutes about or more about how to raise funds, it shows that the person that is talking to you, he knows what he's saying. I have done my research very well. That there are several ways to raise funds, including family and friends, angel financiers, venture capitalists, board of directors and board of trustees, partners, savings, grants, going to customers to get pre-orders, going to getting third-party guarantee, and cooperative. Cooperative means shared economy, sharing economy. Cooperative is in alignment with the fourth industrial revolution, especially when it is technologically driven, especially when it is online. The problem with Africa is that we're still in the second industrial revolution. We're still depending on pensions and gratuity. But if you're going to move on, if you're going to catch up, then we need to move on online aggressively. We need to do a digital upgrade and everybody move on online. Move your business online. Begin to do e-commerce online. Also, raise capital. Raise capital. Do business capital online. That's why I like E-Cooperative.Africa. It shows you Africa. It means that the business is for Africa. I showed you a diagram the other day of the percentage of people that are rich in the world. And we saw that Africa has the black race has 1.4%. The white has 61%. So Africa here shows you that they're concerned about Africa and they want Africa to go higher, to become more intelligent. That will determine how they succeed. And they also say cooperative. Africa one, cooperative, sharing economy. Then E means electronic or email, like your e-marketing, online, www.ecooperative.africa. You can go visit the website and read up all they do. I'll show you a few things that they do briefly. Now you can quickly raise funds. You can quickly raise funds. One of the ways you can raise funds is you can use a platform to raise funds for your business, okay? Now, beyond raising funds for your business, the business understands that you need to have knowledge for you to do your business well. When you raise the funds, you need to have knowledge. You need to know how to attract customers. You need to know how to write a business plan. You need to understand digital marketing. You need to know how to move your business to the next level. So whenever you invest, when you register into the system with a little sum of 2,000 naira, just 2,000 naira, the company gives you in your dashboard a lot of products, a lot of interesting products that you can download and use. Even if you register and you just download those products and you dare to listen, your life will change. Your life will change. So now they also get you to do, the system also has a platform, in that same platform where you can save money. Remember I told you that you can save money and raise capital, and that most investors will look for you to say, okay, how much do you have? Just like we have Piggyverse, Cowrie Rice, and many others, E-Cooperative says you can also save on the platform. E-Cooperative says that you can also buy and sell on the platform. So they have an e-commerce platform. You can buy things on the platform. And then E-Cooperative says you can also invest, get loans on the platform. So I want to show you the plan, how the plan works. I want to quickly show you how the plan works. How do you now become a part of this business? How do you now become a part of E-Cooperative.Africa? How do you become a part of E-Cooperative.Africa? You can go and visit the site and read up. It's always good to go and read up before you sign up. Don't just start sharing your link or doing anything. Don't just register. Go and read up about this information. They have a strong learning community where you can download powerful products. You can save, buy, and invest. Already mentioned this. And then we are a community-based platform that is designed to help members grow through a unique peer-to-peer strategy. And then they do savings, raising funds, investment, e-commerce, and so on. They help you to get quality. In fact, one of the things that is their strong point, the value, once you pay your 2K to be a member of the cooperative, you will get quality information, valuable information that can move you forward. So you can also download videos, audio courses that if you want to buy it, it costs you 100K. You see it there. Every upgrade you make, whether you're giving 2K or upgrading to 4K, you're going to see quality information. I'll explain what I mean by upgrade. You can use that project to raise funds. You can make profit from the system. You can do crowdfunding on the system. You can buy and sell things on the system. So how do you become a member of E-Cooperative? There are two ways. The first way is to go to the system and click on register. When you go to the system, that is the website, and click on register. When you click on register, the system will assign you to somebody that will be your sponsor, somebody that you need to give money to. You need to contribute to. That is one way. But I don't really encourage, I don't encourage it because you need to, somebody invited you to come for this Zoom meeting. So what you should ask from that person who is your sponsor is that the person should give you his referral link. Ask the person to give you his referral link. If the person checks his dashboard, he will see his link that he can copy and send to you on WhatsApp or send to you as a text message. It is through that person's referral link that you can register. Once you have done that, you're registering. That person is your sponsor. You're registering under the person. All right. So now E-Cooperative says that you want to register. All you need to do for yourself is you need to have three things. For now, you need to have a phone number, an email address, and a Nigerian bank account. For now, a Nigerian bank account. For those that are in Ghana and other countries, they're working out something. I've told if you're a Ghanaian, private chat me. All right, tell me a message. We're creating a group so that we can see how we can send a message to them and they can launch Ghana. They are saying that if you have a certain number, Ghana will start. But for you to be a member, you can enter through the agency of a sponsor. You don't just enter, you give somebody money. Once you give that person money, once you give somebody in the system the 2,000 naira, as somebody, as a member of the company, you contribute 2,000 to that person, the cooperative will send you downloadable materials, courses and information that can help you. So the value that you get at the beginning, when you give your 2K, is the products that you have on your learning materials. Check your dashboard, you see learning materials, download it. The value that you get when you give 2,000 naira, that's why it's not a Ponzi scheme. The value that you get when you give 2,000 naira you don't give it to the company, you give it to somebody in the system, is that the system will respond by giving you materials that you can download and use for your business. Now, what's the marketing model? After you've done that, once you've sent that 2,000 to your upline, you must tell him to confirm you. He confirms you as a member of the cooperative, and then you get the product and you can download. You're now in level 1. The next thing you're going to do is that you're going to have to learn to work with the power of 4. So the unique system is that this cooperative helps you to work with the power of 4. All you need to do is invite 4 people. My friends, for you to succeed in this business, be careful the 4 people that you invite. Be very particular about the 4 people that you invite. They can slow down your process. So be select. Don't force people to join. Select. Don't be too fast to get 2K from people and they now block your system. Select carefully. That's what you should learn to do. Again, you get the welcome package and your digital marketing, which you can download, which, by the way, is very helpful. Once you pay 2K to somebody in the system and the person receives the money and upgrades you, aside getting the digital marketing training on your dashboard, you now have access to the savings platform. You can now save on the platform. You now also can do the e-commerce. You can also sell products in the platform. And then you also have opportunity to, do investment on the platform. So now this is where the last thing I want to share with you. This is how the system works. That fine guy that you have there is you. It is you. You're on level 0. You just heard about it. You got your friend's link, your sponsor's link, and then you clicked and you're on level 0. You registered, you put your details and register, or you registered and you're on level 0. Or you went to the website, you clicked on register, and then you're on level 0. For you to be moved from level 0 to level 1, you have to give this fine girl that is wearing a red top, beautiful girl, fair lady that's wearing a red top, you need to give her 2,000 naira. The moment you give her 2,000 naira, credit her 2,000, her bank details will appear on your dashboard. You see her as your sponsor. The moment you give her 2,000 naira in a dashboard, the system automatically moves you from level 0 to level 1. And because you move to level 1, on your dashboard, your learning materials will be activated. You can download some particular things. Now, the marketing plan is to work with 4 people. Just like you gave that guy, that lady 2,000 naira and you got those materials, as you invite your 4 people to join the system, they will each give you 2,000 naira, 2,000 naira, 2,000 naira, 2,000 naira. That is a total of 8,000 naira. They too will be activated to level 1. You will receive the money. If 8,000 naira was your goal, and it's okay, I will try to raise 8,000 naira to move on, and you move on, the system is designed not to allow your downlines to be stranded. They will continue with or without you. But if 8,000 naira is not your goal, but you want to move to the next level, you click on the system, you go to your dashboard and you see upgrade. You click on upgrade to level 2. As you click on upgrade to level 2, let's call this fine girl that you gave 2,000 naira. Let's call her Jane. When you click on upgrade to level 2, let's call this guy that you're seeing there, let's call him Joe. So Joe's account details will appear. Joe is the sponsor of Jane, who is your sponsor. So you're supposed to give Joe 4,000 naira. It will appear. The amount of money will appear. You credit his account. You call him. His number will be there. His email will be there. You call him. You submit payments. You call him. The person confirms you. You move from level 1 to level 2. Again, materials worth much more than that you've given, we put in your dashboard, which you can download and use for your benefits. All right. So now your 4 persons are also working, right? They will bring 16. They'll bring 16 people. That means one person will bring 4, another person will bring 4, third person will bring 4, fourth person will bring 4. When the 16 people want to move to level 2, they have given your 4 level 1 money. When they want to move to level 2, it is your account that will appear. Your account will appear in 16 people's dashboard, and they'll be told to contribute 4K, just like you gave to your level 2 upline. They're going to be told to give you 4K each. When you multiply 4K times 16, that means that you would have 64,000 naira credited to your account. You're not giving the money to anybody. You're giving they will be paying the money directly to your account. It will come as 4K in 16 places. They will contribute it to your account, amounting to 64,000 naira. All right. They would also benefit the level 2 downloadable materials. If 64,000 naira is your goal, you can exit. But if it's not your goal, you want to move to the next level, you click on upgrade. When you click on upgrade, the third person will appear. Let's call that girl Kate. Kate is the sponsor of Joe. Joe is the sponsor of Jane. Jane is your own sponsor. So you will click on upgrade, our own account will appear. And then you take out 8K from your 64,000 naira and credit this beautiful lady called Kate. Now your 16 people are going to bring 64%. Whenever the 64% want to move to level 3, when they want to move to level 3, they will see your account details. Your account details will be in 64 persons dashboard. And then they will each give you 8,000 naira, 8,000 in 64 places. When you multiply 8,000 naira times 64, you're going to get 512,000 naira, and you will move to level 3. When you move to level 3, the truth of the matter is that you're going to have materials worth more than the amount of money you have earned as materials you can download. Now, 512,000 is about $1,000, and that's quite a lot of money. You can say, oh, that's where I want to end. Oh, this is enough to start this business. This is enough to invest in this forex, on this crypto, or to buy land. There's some land you can buy at that amount, or whatever you want to do. But if you say, I want more, you click on upgrade again. When you click on upgrade, the last person, let's call him Musa. Musa is the 4th generation upline who brought Kate, who brought Joe, who brought Jane, your sponsor. So you are supposed to give him 16,000 naira. You credit his account 16,000 naira, and he would confirm your payment and lift you up to level 4. That means that you're moving to level 4. In same vein, materials that is accrued to level 4 will be put on your dashboard, and you can download and use them. Now, your 64% are going to bring 256 people. When your 256 want to move to level 4, it is your own account that will appear. Your account will appear in 256 people's dashboard, and they will call you, and they will not just call you, they will credit your account. Your account number will appear there. In your registration, you put your account details, and they will pay you 16,000 naira each. When you multiply 16,000 naira times 256 people, you're going to have 4,096,000 naira. Let's do your account balance. So you've totally earned 4,680,000 naira. How? You earned 8,000 naira in your level 1 from 4%. You earned 64,000 naira from level 2 from 16%. You earned 512,000 naira from level 3 from 64%. You earned 4,096,000 naira from level 4 from 256%, totaling 4,680,000 naira. Let us know how much you gave as upgrade. At your first level, you gave 2,000 naira. At the second level, you gave 4,000 naira. At the third level, you gave 8,000 naira. At your fourth level, you gave 16,000 naira, amounting to 30,000 naira. When you subtract 30,000 naira from 4,680,000 naira, you are going to have a profit of 4,650,000 naira. You only began with 2,000 naira and the power of 4 people. So let's do some more mathematics. You had to give 2,000 to get 8,000 from 4 people. You had to give 4,000 to get 64,000 from 16 people. You had to give or contribute 8,000 to receive 512,000 from 64 people. You had to give 16,000 to receive 4,096,000 from 256 people. That's the cash flow. You have 4 generation uplines. You have 4 uplines that you're going to contribute to, and you have 4 generation downlines. Focus on your downlines. Contribute to your upgrade to your upline. Focus on your downlines. The money is in the upgrade. You make money from upgrade. Build your leaders, work on your 4, make sure they upgrade. When they make their own 8,000 naira, make sure they take out 4K and upgrade. In fact, the moment you sign up your first person, you're getting back your money. The moment you sign up your first person, you're going back your money. So don't be too greedy not to upgrade. The money is in the upgrade. All right, so you have 4% on the 4th level, you have 16 at the 2nd level, you have 64 at the 3rd level, and then you have 256 at the 4th level. You are not supposed to bring them. You are not supposed to bring them. Bring quality 4 people. Attract and work with quality 4 people. They will naturally duplicate. Tell them 4, bring 4, and they will naturally duplicate and get to the kind of results that you're looking for. All right, so that's basically this system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 44, 16, 64, and 256. You can re-enter the system. Now, the question that you're asking, and a lot of you may be asking, is how do I get my money? You get money through this simple way. One of the great advantages of this business is that money is paid instantaneously by hand. So a person can pay you the money by hand, and then you go to, and send you the dashboard, submit payments through his phone, his dashboard, and then you go and accept it. Once you see the money, you accept it. Or he can do a transfer to your bank account. Money is transferred straight to your bank account. It's called peer-to-peer. Straight to your bank account. The company is not involved in that process. It's straight to your bank account. The company is only intermediary. So that's it. You get your money directly. Now, the question that you may be asking yourself is, okay, so how does the company make money? There are many ways the company makes money. People are the traffic going to the system is a lot. And so they are excavating emails, they have people, you have your contact. So that's one. Data is king when it comes to that. Number 2, when you get to a certain level, the company has e-commerce. They have product they're going to sell. E-commerce, the e-commerce platform, they're going to sell things to you. And some people will register in the system. All right. So the company has e-commerce. They're going to sell products to you. Number 3, the company wants you to save with them, wants you to save to them. The company wants you to also do investment with them. So those are the ways the company makes money from the system. The company is also part of the system. They also build their community like you are doing. Those are the ways the company makes money from the system. So with a simple amount of 2,000 and your 4 people now, the system does not match you. It's not matching you at all. It's not a matching business. You have to invite. So if you don't know how to invite people, you don't have any business here. You have to build a team. You have to build a network. It's not an easy work. You work it. You build your team. As they grow, you succeed. You build your 4. And the reason why this is very easy to do is because the amount of money in question is a very little amount of money. They're not asking for 50K, 60K, 100K. They're saying bring 2K and work with the power of 4. So anybody can do it. A young person can do it. An employed person can do it. Anybody can do it. You can quickly raise funds. So it's not a big deal. So build. The system will not match for you. You have to build your team. And so you're asking the question, how do I go this? So Learn to invite. Every day we have meetings here. For a number of days, we'll be having meetings here on Zoom. We'll soon create a permanent link where you can have conversations with us, where you can, get to learn. I'm a leader. We have other leaders too in this team that will be doing trainings differently. You can invite people, first of all, to hear, and eventually they'll make the decision. Don't force anybody to join your business. Don't coerce anybody to join your business. Make sure the person has an understanding before he gets into the business. Don't force anybody to join your business. If you do, or you coerce, or you trick, you collect 2K from him, and the person will not duplicate. If the person does not duplicate, you're going to slow down your business. Let the people have the opportunity to listen and learn. I'm going to give you the slides so that you can use it. The slide on the compensation plan. This one I just showed you, just on the compensation plan, you can share with people. I did a voice note, and there are other voice notes. The company was also going to send materials. You did a voice note you can use to share. There's also a video we can share amongst ourselves, among people, so they can hear first. Then come to WhatsApp, come to Zoom, and learn before they now make the decision. That way you will grow and you will succeed. I hope with this few points of mine, I've been able to convince you that there's a future in shared economy. I want to encourage you to join it. Whoever invited you, whoever invited, go and meet him, ask him for his referral link. The moment you register, make sure you upgrade to level 1. To upgrade to level 1 means to pay the person whose name you see on the dashboard. Credit account, call him, let him know, let him confirm you, let him submit your payment, and let him confirm you, and you move to level 1. That is how to succeed in this business. Then, in fact, you now start building your 4. You let your 4 also do the same thing. If you do it in 54 days, you are going to obviously make that 4.6 million now. Now, if you just register into the system, you go to the system and register, and you're on level 0, you don't upgrade. After 24 hours, the system will kick you out. The system will kick you out to assume that you're not interested in joining the community. You're unwilling to share in the community, to do the sharing economy resources, so the system will kick you out. So if you have, for whatever reason, some people that are blocking your metrics, do not be worried. The system will soon kick them out after 24 hours. I'm going to take some questions now, but let me just show you one last thing that I saw recently, from the system. All right. So, okay. Let's see if it's still there. Okay, I saw this. Okay, so now if you check your dashboard, this is what you're going to see on your dashboard. I talked about that's your dashboard there. That's dashboard. That's upgrade. So every time you want to move to another level, you click on upgrade. That's how to move to another level. And anytime you want to see the payments that you made or people have made to you, you click on payments. Click on payments, and you see that. And for those of you who want to see your tree, you click on matrix. You click on matrix. If you want to see how your people are doing, you click on matrix at level 1. You see them on level 1, then level 2, you see them on level 3, and level 4, everybody. Then the beautiful learning materials I told you that are so valuable. As you join the system, you get what you need to check out is the learning materials part. Beautiful, beautiful place to go and get resources that will help you. You can share it, you can sell it, you can give it to people. Then the next place that you need to work, and I put coming soon there, is savings, where you need to save. They want you to grow the community first before they introduce that savings part. They want you to grow the community first, then there's the e-commerce and so on. So let me take some questions now. Daniel Brown, go ahead and ask a question.